If you've seen my opening video, you know that I'm practicing reading from my stories. In this case, as mentioned, I'm beginning with my short story, One's Place. And here then is the opening scene. The plaque read, Ensign Acer, Guardfleet Admissions. June Trinamore wiped her hands dry before reaching for the handle of the door. It had taken a lot of finagling to make it this far. She couldn't allow herself to slip up now. The young man behind the too organized desk glanced up. Please be seated, Miss Trinamore. Nothing good ever came from a person who kept their space so neat. She sat, hands on her lap. The ensign looked her in the eye with an unwavering gaze. So you want to join Guardfleet? Her sister had a similar knack for seemingly seeing past a guard. Yes, I mean, it has become clear that Guardfleet offers me a world of opportunities I may not get elsewhere. I see. He looked at his display. I also see that you have demonstrated a remarkable aptitude for engineering and related physical sciences. Her heart leapt at the thought. Yes, indeed. Ask anyone who knows me. Circus and Gears is my middle name. Yes, that is on record, along with your age. He looked up once more. We usually do not consider candidates before their 18th birthday. A cold sweat swept down her back in spite of all the time she'd spent preparing for this objection. All the required paperwork has been filed, with a few tweaks to approve her odds. Then you understand my need to ask the question. She helped herself to a simple nod. They were almost through the script. She'd worked too hard to blow it now. What then should I say about those points in your entrance exams that have been labeled as problematic? Problematic, yes, but not fatal. If I understand my counselors correctly, the rigorous training for Guardfleet is just what I need in those very areas. That's an interesting thought, but you should know that there is no place in Guardfleet for mavericks. Which brings me to my next question. How much did the recruitment of your sister affect your decision to apply to join Guardfleet? She looked at her hands. The one question she feared the most. Susan always got the breaks. She had been the one who laughed first when June had stated she wanted to follow her into Guardfleet. It was her turn. She raised her head. I admit it freely. My eyes were open to the possibilities when Susan, that is, Ensign Susan Trinamore, first told us she'd been approached by representatives of Guardfleet. And now wasn't the time to falter. And I learned so much about Guardfleet that I had never known before. It was a taste that told me to look closer, and when I did, it became clear that Guardfleet would be a perfect match for my own skills. Your engineering skills? Once more she nodded. I come from a small abysmal research community, and everyone has told me my talents were being wasted within the confines of a world located 2,500 meters under the surface. You had other options, like your sister. College, university, technical institutes. I know your parents were well prepared to see you go forward. And waste all that time on donkey work when assignment within Guardfleet would put her on the front lines within a year? That is true, and I was thinking along those lines until the Guardfleet option was made real to me. Very well, let's concentrate on that option for a moment. What was he looking for? What did he suspect? Aside from giving you an opportunity to handle the latest in high-tech equipment, what is Guardfleet to you? This was it, the make or break. She took a briefcase. A deep breath. Guardfleet is a symbol for something much greater than itself, the Commonwealth of Planets. The greatest experiment in representative interstellar government ever encountered. Guardfleet exists to tell the universe that the Commonwealth is willing to stand behind the ideals of freedom for all upon which it is founded. Guardfleet makes it possible for peace-loving citizens everywhere to go about their lives without fear. There is no denying you would make a great recruitment ad. The question is, do you really believe that is true? As long as she got in, she straightened her shoulders. I do, and if anything, the process of applying to Guardfleet has only strengthened my resolve. Guardfleet is where I belong, and I expect nothing less than the chance to prove it. The ensign tapped his console, then stood and reached his hand across the desk. In that case, cadet, welcome to Guardfleet. Her heart pounded in her ears as she stood to accept his hand.